sure to turn your ad block off for Dragon Deez Dice.
You pay us with your time and your commitment and your love.
Thanks.
Do you like Dungeons and Dragons? Well, Dragon Deez Dice is a comedy actual play D&D podcast where we play Dungeons and Dragons 5e in a homebrew setting of storytelling and little comedy bits here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Here and there?
I thought you were gonna keep going and you didn't.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was not expecting.
The
is
pity
that
party
intro?
has now slain the beast of Greenclay, but in doing so has uncovered what may be a hostile plot against Greenclay. In speaking with the teenage king, the group has received gold and upgraded transportation across the desert. The king's advisor Mherren had told the party that there are those that would wish to see King Lyleblade of Greenclay fail, but that he believes the king to be the rightful heir to the throne of Greenclay. He asked the group to continue work on trying to uncover this plot and bring him any information they can. Then, later at night, Mherren had a dream in which a group of wizards, some she recognized and some unfamiliar, were meeting in a room lit by moonlight from one round window, where they were meeting with a man in heavy armor, as well as Harned Claire. The conclusion Mherren had come to of the events of this dream were the armored man putting Balthazar's dragon scale artifact onto a battle map, and then discussing plans with a wizard that seemed to hide arcane armor within the walls of this room. Before the dream was over, a pupilless older woman approached Mherren's point of view within this dream, making contact with her and sending a pain through Mherren's neck as she awoke. It is now becoming dawn, as Pebble and Sana are awaking to find Mherren already awake as usual, but this time maybe looking a bit more tense than a normal morning.
Pebbles, sort of, as she's waking up, she's not gonna notice Mherren for a second, looking upset, but then, like, looking around groggily, she sees Mherren and sees something's up, and sort of, like, shuffles over to her and is like, "Hey, you alright? You look not great. Not like in a bad way. It's just like something bad happened. You alright?"
So Pebble, you'd notice actually that on Mherren's neck is a sort of purple bluish coloration, almost looking like a bruise.
Oh, I'm not gonna mention that for a second, because
Well, maybe you should, because I sure as hell don't know about it.
oh, okay. She's gonna sort of like
You don't
Poke
have to.
poke at No, I'm going to. She's gonna sort of poke at Mherren's neck and say, "What's that thing? Why are you turning purple?"
So is it like a bruise? So does it hurt when Pebble presses on it?
Yeah, when Pebble presses on it, there's a like sensation, like it hurts, as if it's a bruise.
Mherren sort of like winces and pulls away a bit, leans away.
Sorry.
And then she just sort of rubs her neck very gently, as if she knows that there's an injury there, but she also is she is visibly confused. Just another nightmare, but that you said that was kind of a ridiculous question. You asked if I was turning purple?
Yeah, is that... Sorry, I don't...
Does that mean that... So I have discoloration around my neck.
Is it like a... Well, yeah, but is it like a barbarian thing? Or are
No.
you just... Oh.
And
Or
it's
you
not
just
a
happy
normal
to see
thing
me?
either.
So it looks like a normal
my God.
bruise, like a bruise is looking like kind of discoloration of the skin, except it has a little bit more of a bluish hue to it than a normal bruise.
It looks like you're turning bluish, like you have a bluish hue about you.
Also, when Scally wasn't gonna mention it, I thought she was making a hickey joke.
No, what? No, that's not what I meant.
That'd be
Damn,
wild.
Mherren, get it.
No.
From Pebble's point of view, Mherren has this mark on her neck, and Sana's waking up in the bed Mherren went to sleep in, because when Mherren had woke up from the nightmare, she moved Sana from the floor to the bed, since Mherren had stayed up for the rest of the night.
Leave this poor woman alone,
brother.
goddamn. I'm not turning colors. That's not... It feels like a bruise, but I don't know where or how I would have gotten it.
I mean, maybe the dream was magical of some sort.
Or just what I need, another magical bunch of bullshit happening.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't know what to say to that. She uses magic consistently. She looks over at Sana and asks, like, "Did you sleep all right? At least."
She just groggily stares at you, not responding.
All right. I didn't sleep great either, so that's glad to know we're all on the same page here. And she sort of goes to like give like a playful little punch to Mherren's shoulder and accidentally punches her bruise.
That's not an accidental thing you can do. It is on her neck.
No, it was by accident.
You are shorter than her.
Aiming for her shoulder.
So over in the boys' room,
I'm exhausted level 2.
yeah, you have 2 points of exhaustion currently.
I had a thought about this because I realized something in an earlier session. Is there like a bath or anything in this where we're staying?
Yeah, you're in like a very fine royals chamber, so there is a separated bathroom with a bathtub and some water provided for you by the maids.
Is there also like a kitchenette like that would have like basic like things like salt, pepper?
There's not. However, from your room service from the night before, there's still like salt shakers and pepper shakers on that.
Okay. Is it just out of a theory that I might have regarding this exhaustion? Can I run a bath and like open up the salt shaker and pour the salt into the water?
Yeah. So you create a bath. This bathtub being a very nice, luxurious bathtub. It has a way to like heat it with like logs underneath that heat the water while you're in there. Then you pour the leftover salt out of the shaker into that. So now you have this tub of salt water. Stepping into this, it's making you feel a little bit better. However, when you're taking your clothes off in order to take the bath, you notice on your abdomen are some slits in your skin, almost appearing to be like gills.
Oh, his abdomen? Oh, not like on his stomach directly, like on the side.
Yes.
That makes more sense.
But as you lower yourself into the water, just like sitting in there, you don't entirely feel your exhaustion go away yet.
I'll submerge myself in the water.
Okay, yeah, submerging yourself completely within the water, your head going completely under the water, you feel your exhaustion drain from your body, the gills on your torso begin to close up. Coming out of the water, your skin a lot more moisturized, and you're looking normal. After you look at yourself in the mirror, you look just the normal you. However, knowing what you know about curses, you can probably assume that didn't cause it to go away entirely.
Yeah, so remove exhaustion completely?
Yeah, you can move it completely.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, my theory is true. Awesome.
Joining back up, Shello and Balsar now also notice the bruise on Mherren's neck, who, after about the hour or so in the morning where you guys get ready to head out for the day, the bruise has gotten slightly bigger, not like wildly bigger, like some like magical force is causing it to get bigger, just like, you know, like bruises as they kind of age, they get bigger before they heal entirely, you know? When Pebble first noticed it, it was still fairly fresh. The blood under your skin is like
Cooling.
Yeah. But now you guys meet up in the hall as your two groups leave your bedrooms.
By the gods, Mherren, did you folk have a fight last night? Was there much bloodshed?
Nothing happened, Shello. I'm just as confused about it as you are, frankly.
But you are injured.
I don't know how it happened, to be completely honest.
Get well soon.
Thank you.
I love him. That's my boy.
Oh, this is like scary. I am worried now going back over my notes. Is what the fuck, Peanut?
Is everyone dying?
No, but a very particular thing happened in the dream that might have connection to the bruise on her neck.
So everyone's dying?
No.
I mean, everyone's dying just at a very slow rate of age.
I'm dying a lot faster than the rest of you.
Yeah, Mherren's gonna go up to Balthazar. Just get close enough that when she talks slow, it can't really be heard by everyone else, but not super close. Can I talk to you for a second? I had a dream, and I think it relates to what we saw before with the scale.
Oh. What happened?
Mherren pulls Balthazar, like, properly to the side now. So, do you remember that dream I had, regarding the scale where I sort of... I don't want to say went into the mind of it, because clearly a scale doesn't have a mind, but you know what I mean. Where I could sort of see through it.
It may not seem like it has a mind, but like this is magic even the college didn't understand. But go on.
I had a similar dream. It was different, but it wasn't me, you know? I'm pretty sure it had something to do with the magic, because you remember Gregor and obviously Helcor, yeah?
Yeah.
They were there. It was what I can only assume in the academy. A room in the academy somewhere, with both of them in it, along with a lot of people that seemed familiar somehow, but I didn't recognize them.
Mherren, can you make an intelligence check?
Intelligence check? Fuck. Sure. Oh shit, 16.
You say it might have been a room in the academy, but as you say that, you think in your mind, thinking back to the room, and the room looks vaguely familiar, like you've been there before.
Oh
Personally,
shit, so
yourself.
it probably wasn't the academy, because I don't think Mherren's ever been there. So, well shit.
Very
Maybe it
recently,
was
I
the
might add,
academy.
certain details in the room looked very like you had just seen them recently. Like certain things attached themselves to your memories being recent.
I'm trying to think of what that
But
could
I
be.
don't know. I don't know for sure, because I don't write down descriptions of just rooms that we enter.
Is it
So I'm like-
anything in relation to Greenclay?
If Mherren thinks about it, the wall that the wizards were in front of might look vaguely similar to the stone walls of the Greenclay castle. However, a lot of stone walls look very similar, so it could be hard to tell.
I think it's
You don't know.
probably fucking Greenclay, because obviously they were in cahoots during the Civil War, because Mherren is living proof that they were in cahoots. As someone on the opposite side, affected now by the Academy's magic. So,
And you saw
But I also
them.
had
You saw them
recent-
hide a piece of what looked like magical armor inside the wall of this room as well.
well, now that I think about it, I didn't quite feel or look the same as the nightmare before. It wasn't
Okay.
like some of the people, they obviously were from the academy. I'm not doubting that part at all. That part I'm not confused about, but it didn't look the same as the other room. Now that I think about it, it almost, I don't know, it felt familiar, but not from before. It's like this weird feeling of deja vu.
Yeah. Did you manage to get a description of anyone in that room?
Quite a bit, honestly. I don't know why, but just their faces, everything was a bit unfocused, but I could make out some details. I remember the first person that I saw, was looking right at me, actually. He looks stern, maybe like middle-aged, but he had like this bulky green armor, and it looked chipped, like it had been well worn.
Mherren, do you want to make a history check?
Yeah, sure. Fuck.
You're trying to think yourself. You can't think of who this is. Balsar also doesn't know who this person is.
Oh, damn. Well, I assume from Greenclay. Green
He did. You can make out that he looked like he wasn't a wizard. Like he looked like a soldier, basically.
Yeah. I had a feeling based on my very short description. And there were 8 more people just around this table. There were like different pieces, like I don't know if you've ever seen like a war map, but that's what it reminded me of the most. There were red pieces and green pieces, and then I think I was seeing through the scale again, because I think I was on that map too, or the scale was, I mean.
This isn't a war map that you would have seen during the war?
Sort of. It looked recognizable. Like I could tell that there were battles on there that I either was in myself or had known that happened. It almost felt like a missing piece to the map that I had seen during the war, if that makes any sense.
Do you happen to know? You said a missing piece, but you said that you knew that missing piece should have been there, like a battle that hadn't happened.
I can't say that for sure, because I couldn't get that good of a look, but I recognized battles that I had fought. I know that it was the civil, like very similar to the Civil War map that we had seen, obviously fighting in the war. But it was a lot like a war map, Balthazar. It had red pieces and green pieces, and then obviously for some reason the scale was there. I was seeing through it again like I had in that dream before. And there were all these people around, but they all looked like mages except for that one man. He didn't look like a wizard to me or magical. He looked like I don't want to say he looked like a soldier, maybe like a general or something. But he didn't seem magical to me. But he was in a room with 8 people that I firmly believe were from the academy. Because Helcor was there, Gregor was there, and a lot of faces I didn't recognize.
I hope this is... Obviously we have to try our best to prepare for the worst, but you saying that looked a lot similar to the Civil War map, I really hope that it was just something that you saw from the past and not something upcoming.
I hope so too. I may have fought in a couple wars before now, but I don't think I'm prepared for another. It could very well be from the past, because that dream from before was certainly from the past.
Well, if it's not from the past, they either somehow are going to get their hands on the scale I have, or they have another one.
Oh.
I certainly hope not.
Yeah, me too.
But these people, I wanted to ask if you recognize them by any chance, at least to know what sort of people we're dealing with.
Well, if it's 8 wizards you saw and you recognize 2 of them, I can take a guess it's probably the rest of the teachers. Did you see one that happened to have bluish skin?
Yeah, she looked like a tiefling. So blue skin. She had this like really fine, almost glowing jewelry. Does that sound familiar?
It does. It would be citrine.
Like the gemstone.
Okay.
Did you have anyone with darker skin at the table, maybe wearing like a silver band that goes around their forehead?
Oh, like a circlet? I think that's what
Yeah.
they're called. I do remember a darker skinned woman. She had a walking stick. But she was completely bald, I think. Where she just didn't have hair, but she had this walking stick that she carried around.
That would be Claudia Crest.
But there was a somewhat darker skinned man. He was pretty tan, not quite dark, but he had these almost glowing green eyes and black hair. He looked
Long black
pretty
hair.
thin.
I'm gonna get a
Wasn't
peanut
big
this because I
one.
don't want to butcher this pronunciation. Is it Civic?
It's
Is that his?
Civic Faetheth.
Okay.
Oh.
Faetheth.
It's a mouthful,
wild.
that one.
That's Syvik. Last name Faeifethh.
That's a cool name. I like that.
I assume you would have seen a tall lady, blonde hair, pale skin.
All I have was that she was a young elven woman dressed in black.
No.
She did not see someone with that description.
One you said it was pale and dressed in black. That's Sin Grimoire. She's the daughter of the headmaster of the college.
Mm.
Honestly, a bit scary.
I'm not too surprised. Everyone in that room looked fun, to say the least.
And did you happen to see her Loxodon in the room at all? You would have remembered at the market, Giles and that girl, they mentioned Tonkins. That's who that was.
You want to spell that for me real quick?
Tonkin. The last name is spelled Zoruzh.
That would make sense. Yeah, I saw him there dressed in what looked like leather. There was one other man. He had pale skin, and his head was shaved, but he still had some black hair on the top. He had like really sharp fangs and purple marks all over his face. I don't think they were like scars. I think they almost looked like markings.
That one is... Honestly, I'm not too sure.
Also, you want to make a history check?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You know it's bad when he's got to whip out the
Yeah.
history check.
Good thing I got a +6.
Yeah, good thing.
This description of this person, you feel like you've heard this description before, from around the academy, but not one of the teachers. However, you cannot connect a name or who this person is to it. All you know is it's not a teacher at the academy.
Brother.
It's the janitor. He's just in the room sweeping while they're having their meeting.
I honestly can't put a name to that one.
That's a
Trouble.
little worrisome.
As for the other 6 that you saw in there, at least identify them and know what we're dealing with. But those other 2 that you don't know what we're dealing with.
So we've got a couple wild cards in the mix. It's always fun.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know how much you'd be able to help with the rest of what happened in that dream, but
You could probably start with how you got that bruise on your neck.
yeah. I don't exactly know, but I have a sneaking suspicion it had to do with the dream.
Did one of them hit you in the dream, by chance?
Not Exactly. I didn't get hit or anything, but the older woman, I think you said her name was Claudia.
Mhm.
She looked at me, or I guess the scale, and she kept getting closer and closer, and then her staff lit up. It definitely looked like magic, but I couldn't tell you what kind. She didn't hit me with it, or it didn't even look like she really casted anything besides maybe an enchantment, but like I said, I'm very clueless about magic for the most part. And she sort of pushed the staff against my neck, and then it all just faded away after that. I didn't even know I had a bruise till Pebble touched it, and it hurt, frankly.
And I hear my name, and I like you've been whispering, so I haven't heard anything, but I'm like, hey, what are you talking about? Why'd you say my name?
We're having a conversation.
Is it about me?
No.
Is it about how
No.
cool I am? Oh, okay. Sort of. She saunters off.
Can I check the injury on her neck? See if I can identify what it is.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Ah.
You're
Oh,
not
no.
seeing any magical enchantments to it, anything arcane such as that. To you, it just looks like a normal bruise. If you want to also make a medicine check, you can maybe see how to treat it. But to you, it looks like a normal bruise.
11?
Basically. 11, with what you know about bruises, it'll probably just go away by itself after a bit. Not really anything that needs medical attention.
Yeah.
And then the monkey hops off his stool and says, "Here, eat these flowers."
Yeah. That's...
Hello, Keeper of the Owl. Welcome back.
We haven't finished our conversation, have we?
We didn't finish, but that's okay.
Okay, never mind. I'll think of the end of another joke.
yelling over to Balthazar from wherever he is.
You have to
Welcome
listen,
back.
though. But just before that, the man that you didn't quite have the name for, with the purple marks, I don't know if maybe it was enchanted or he used a spell of some kind to move it, but he put what looked almost like magical armor, maybe enchanted. I admittedly can't really tell the difference except when I'm up close. Put it on a mannequin, and some sort of magic, whether from him or an enchantment on the wall or something, moved the bricks and hid the armor, almost like reconstructing the wall around it.
That is interesting. If he's hiding his armor, maybe it has something to do with the scale.
Maybe. I suppose that would make sense. I also, now that I think about it, I think that room may have been somewhere here.
Here.
In the castle. Maybe. I can't say for sure, but I'm thinking about everyone I saw now, since we've obviously gone over all of the magical people that were there. I think I saw Mherren.
Mherren?
Yeah. Just at the end of the dream, he was there right when everyone started filing out of the room. Just before, the woman, Claudia, came up to me. Or the scale. It was brief, but it was him.
Right.
But also that armor, I'm pretty sure, from what I can remember, that the soldiers from Greenclay wore similar garb, donned in green.
I wonder if that room is here. The armor is still here. I wonder if I can get to it with the scale.
That's a risky play.
Yeah, but the less powerful items that they have, the better.
I agree with you. We'd have to be really careful. I don't know. I know that obviously just about everyone knows the Academy was deeply intertwined with Greenclay towards the end of the war.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously know better than most. But the fact that Harnan was there, it could be really dangerous.
It
Especially
could be,
if he
but
suspects that. I don't know. I don't know if for some reason he could recognize, or someone from the Academy could recognize you, or even, I certainly would expect not, but on the side of caution, even recognize me.
is there... I mean, even if he did let them out of the room, he may have been under orders. So we're pretty blind in that aspect to know if he's actively helping them or if he's just taking orders.
Well, that's the issue. From what I can remember, he pretty much was the one giving orders. Most of my memory of him stems from, obviously, the Centuries War, where I fought briefly. He was a hero. When I was younger, I looked up to him a lot. He was even successful enough to take over Draketown. But I remember, he was the advisor to Florin. He was obviously the advisor to Lyle. He was on the opposing side. He's always been important in war, and maybe my memory's flawed, but I think, from what I can remember, during the Civil War, he was the one giving the orders.
Can both of us see that she's like freaking out, like remembering back to the war?
She doesn't look like she's freaking out, but she looks a lot more serious, a lot more solemn than she normally would. Yeah, you'd be able to tell. Especially talking about Harnan and how she used to look up to him, and then how he basically became the guy that nearly killed her. Or, like, head of the people that nearly killed her.
Both puts his hand over hers and says, "Don't worry, you're not there anymore."
But for how long?
Well, hopefully if we're successful, not at all.
I hope so.
So we've got the armor is probably nearby.
Her mom's nearby.
Shut up, Shelly. I mean, if it was like a spell, like on the actual like wall itself, like concentrated magic and stuff, I have magic awareness that I could use, and I'm sure somebody else does, because I think I remember someone else doing it at some point as well. That could be something, but also if it was just a spell that was cast and not actually on the wall, but just
was it a human wearing it? I get an idea of the size of it.
I don't think I had anything that he was wearing it. Yeah,
but it was like the same size as like a human. It wasn't like abnormally small or large. The armor had the appearance, like it wasn't like chainmail or like plate armor or anything like that. It looked constructed out of leather pieces of metal, different vials and things. It looked it had different mechanisms on it that made it look abnormal.
If someone happened to take the armor, would we be able to get it retrofitted to fit anyone in the party?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm.
Have a likey.
No, you don't need armor.
I want an armor class of 20. I want an armor class of 20.
You want me to tell you what mine is?
My
right now?
ultimate goal is to have an armor class
Mine's
of
15.
20.
I don't have
Yeah.
armor.
Mherren is one armor class higher. Than
My main
Shello.
goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
Oh,
and
that can
you
be
guys
arranged.
You go. Especially the blow up part, huh?
I guess we'll see if we can find a way to find the room and
Because we
Possibly
could do
take-
it under the guise of we're investigating, because Harnan did ask us to look, like, to see if we could find anything out.
exactly.
Which is why we didn't deny the deal, you know? This is
Mhm.
why, this is why we don't say no, we just say we just don't say yes. We just leave it open-ended.
That is the opposite of tonight.
We don't say no, we don't say yes. We're just somewhere, we're just sneaking in between those two.
Okay, well, just gonna look around the castle.
We should probably tell the
Yeah, we
others
should probably tell them.
that at least that we're looking for stuff.
What's up,
Mhm.
homies?
Hey, Rock Lady, hold on.
Hi, hey.
Oh, no,
What? Huh?
Keeper of the Owl. It smells like upsire in here, don't you think?
No, it just smells bad.
Shit.
What? Hey,
What's up, sire?
Not much, money bags. What is up with you?
Poor guy.
I wanted to talk to you guys about something I saw last night.
An intruder?
An
Not
imposter?
quite. Luckily, no more intruders, but you guys remember the dream I briefly mentioned before?
Yeah. What about it?
I had a similar dream last night
Oh.
where I saw a bunch of wizards. I saw a man that almost his armor looked familiar, but he didn't quite look familiar. But regardless, I also saw Harnan, and in that dream, or I guess maybe a vision, one of the wizards hid what looked almost like magical armor within a wall, and I'm fairly certain, in fact, that it was hidden here.
Like here, or
Somewhere
These
in
very
this
walls?
castle. Somewhere in this castle. The room looked familiar, like almost like I had been there before, but it was almost more like a sense of deja vu, not like something I had witnessed before all of you guys, I guess. Nothing that I had witnessed from the war, but I think something from here recently, since we've been here. And the green armor was something that was, typically donned by the Greenclay guards and soldiers. And obviously, I unmistakably saw Harnan in my dream or vision. I was the scale again in my vision. So I even saw a Civil War map, which obviously we know was between Platehold and Greenclay, and I can tell you sure as anyone that the wizards were most definitely working with Greenclay in the war. I really, really believe that whatever they hid here is still here, or there must be evidence of it being here, but that it was here.
So, do you want to start looking? I mean, we can't exactly just like poke around without people asking questions.
I'd
Well,
like to start
luckily-
poking the wall.
It's poking around.
Luckily, Harnan gave us the perfect excuse.
That's
Remember how he
true.
asked us to investigate?
That's
Well,
true.
we have our alibi. If it's still here, obviously you all can see the evidence of what happens when they have that kind of magic from the scale. And I really loathe to imagine what kind of abilities that sort of armor could give them that they needed to hide it within a castle's walls that no ordinary people could just enter and find. And that would have been within the same room that they were keeping this scale that did so much damage to me, let alone all the people it killed.
Can I physically poke around on the walls in like the hallway we're in to look for any loose bricks?
The walls are structurally sound. Nothing seems out of place, but you can make a investigation check if you want.
I'd love to. I got a 13.
Okay, walls are structurally sound. Everything seems to be in place. Nothing amiss.
Damn.
In this hallway, you guys are still in the hallway outside of the rooms you
Yeah.
had slept in. You've just kind of been like slowly walking down the hall towards like the throne room and like exit to this place, but
No, I'm aware that it's not gonna be these walls, but I was hoping I could find a loose stone.
We should split up to do this.
Yeah, I think we
I
should.
assume this place is huge.
It's
Yeah,
not like we're in
we'll
immediate
have to.
danger or anything.
And it would be a lot more convincing if we were split up looking than taking so much longer to do it.
Yeah.
Because they would definitely get suspicious after some time.
So I think
I guess because Mherren knows the room, I'll head with Mherren and then.
Was Harnan the commander during the Civil War, or was it Oslo?
during the Civil War, he was the hand of the king still, basically. So he wasn't the commander now.
Okay, because I. Okay.
I mean, he still commanded as like a second to the king does.
Right. Okay.
I'd like to have a group huddle to
Am I able
discuss.
to? So wait, hold on. I need to check how detect magic works. Pass one to action. Concentration up
That's-
to 10 minutes. I'm going to use detect magic and sort of like scan the walls, like walking along.
You're not detecting any magic on the walls of this hall.
Okay. Then we'll group huddle.
Is it just the three of us, or is Mherren and Balthazar here too? Because I
No,
want to
we'll
get
do
their
the
own
huddle.
special, fun little group of them
Are we-
themselves.
Okay, bye.
Exactly. See ya. All right, gang. Now that it's all of us, the very important members of the gang,
Damn.
They're important. Don't
let
say
us
that.
discuss. There was a large chest with much gold in it.
No.
No,
We-
well, let them do their thing.
That's-
We should find that gold and claim it for ourselves and never mention it to the other two.
Wait, no, we're not doing that. I'm not gonna.
We could
betray
also maybe mention it to them, but just in a bragging way.
I love how inspiring the music is.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, it really fits with the
I need
moment.
to. I don't think that it's a great idea to hide anything from. I think that we should really help distribute the wealth amongst ourselves, among us, as you may say.
I don't say.
How Pebble
Well,
falls into
okay.
it.
What the fuck? Dude?
What I do
And sprains her
say
ankle.
is
Hey, rude.
I need money. They have money. I take money.
No, but I think there's more important things than just the money here. Okay, like I don't think that's what we should be worried about. Do you understand?
No.
Oh, okay. So, okay. I don't even
suggest
know.
I suggest we gather the money, and then we, if you wish, we may distribute it among us.
I think that's a good idea, but I also think that it's a better idea that we also try to find the armor. I guess
may
if we
do
find
that
the
after the
if
money.
we find the money, we are also finding the armor, kind of. But that. Okay, no, hold on. We need to
Perfect.
talk. Okay, she sort of like rubs her temples. Are we looking for the money then? My next question, Shello, how exactly do you suggest we go about finding this money? If
The
I mean,
room in which we were rewarded last.
you want to go back there?
Yes.
Okay. So you want to you just want to go back and just start stealing, huh?
Yes.
I don't know if stealing's. I don't think we should just be like stealing willy-nilly. I'm gonna be honest.
I do not know nearly. However, if they have gold, I'll take it. Let us
Sonic,
travel.
can you
Post
help me out
haste.
here? No, not post haste. Sonic, can you help me out here? I need someone reasonable to help me. I'm not very reasonable, and I'm really trying to be responsible here.
Think about the money.
I like money. I really do. I like money a lot. Her eyes sort of get like a glint in them. I love money so much, but I think we should really focus on the task at hand, like the more important job that we have to do here.
Can Sana start waving a platinum in front of Pebble's face?
She
Oh
like
my
starts like
God.
biting after it. She's like scrambling after. She's like, "Give me the fucking money."
I put it back in my pocket.
I'm not sure.
What are we looking for?
I'm
What
not
exactly are we
sure.
looking for, and where are we?
We're in the hallway outside of our room.
Okay, we're still in the castle, or
Yes.
Yes.
okay,
What?
okay.
What
That's
are
what I
you-
was confused about.
Yes.
The room Shello's
Me,
talking
me
about
and
with
Mherren
the
just walked off, by the way.
the room Shello's talking about with the golden chest is the like storage room behind the throne room.
Yes.
We would get exiled if we did that.
We could say that
executed.
we're searching for clues. As long as we
You
bring a
shouldn't get-
magnifying glass.
You shouldn't get in trouble. Just tell them that you're investigating, like we were asked.
Yeah, I think sneaking around, especially into the storage room of a castle, is
Don't sneak. Just walk in there.
Exactly.
we should get permission.
It's only suspicious if you act like you're not supposed to be there.
I feel like other than Shallow, I feel like everyone's like me and Pebble are just gonna act like we're not supposed to be there.
Would it be better if I explained this out of character?
Yes, please. Genuinely, I'm
It's
struggling.
It's a room that we've been in the past 2 days, or a room that Mherren has been in the past 2 days, maybe. We haven't really been around in Greenclay.
That's true. I mean, oh yeah, that's okay.
That's a room that we've been in. Also,
okay.
there's gold there.
I see your point now. Oh fuck! Sorry, I burped.
Keep it to yourself.
I'm here for it now. Now that I get it, I'm here for it.
For the gold.
No, not for the gold. For okay.
You're not even. Well, then I don't want to. I don't know why we're doing
Damn
it.
it. Okay, Shello, I'm not entirely sure what your plan is. You have proven yourself to be a very, very good leader, though. I do trust in you, and I think if you want to lead the way, Sana and I can act like we know what we're doing, while you very, very importantly go about your business. You always look like you know what you're doing.
Sure.
Yeah, see?
If you say so.
So what are where are Mherren and Balthazar going?
When you have like roofed areas and you have like a attic sort of room, there's like usually a circle.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess like the highest floor that this castle might have.
I suppose we could just like go outside real quick. Will they let us back in if we go outside?
Yeah.
I don't know how castles work. Okay.
Me neither.
It's not a
Definitely
nightclub.
never
There's no
been to one.
lockout.
You've proven yourself that the guards know that you've like slayed the beast and are staying here currently. So yeah, you guys have left the castle and gone back a few times. So
Anyways, I suggest we go outside and look at the windows from outside so that we can like pinpoint where we need to go if there's a round window, and if there's not, then we know that something fishy's going on and it's not just Balthazar.
I mean, I've
Oh, I get it. I get it. That's a good one.
That's good. Rude, but I have an idea for that.
Is it winged?
Because if I can summon my familiar and see through her eyes as she flies around, get a better look.
Going outside of the castles, you're still in the castle grounds, but looking up at the castle walls and things, you summon your familiar to have it fly around. Go ahead and make a perception check to see if you can spot any like circular windows high up and then any towers.
That'll do it. 21.
21. Looking around, you see like guard towers, like lookout towers, but they don't necessarily have like glass windows. They're like open so they can fit like bows and things through them if there's like a siege or something like that. Of the highest floors of the castle have windows. However, you're not really seeing any rooms that would match the description of having like a single circular window on this like highest part of the castle currently.
That's troubling.
Unless it's not a physical room.
Oh.
I fucking hate this.
Is there any chance that Mherren would remember like what was out? I assume it'd probably be like something like a fairly like dark window so that you can't really see into it from the outside.
No,
But
she just saw moonlight shining through.
Yeah, light through around
Direct.
window.
The direct moon.
But I mean, I don't know if this start of the dream has anything to do with it, or if that's just how the dream like generally began.
If she saw the moonlight coming through, then that would mean it's on the west or the east side of the building.
Shello, Pebble, and Sana, you're walking into this storage room. It's the same room you guys saw before, so you know that the chest filled with gold is on a bookshelf sort of thing behind like a bunch of boxes, and there's a bunch of barrels, storage boxes in here. It's very cluttered. There's a table with just a bunch of junk on it, books and things. It's still like morning, so the sun has gone into the sky, but not like all the way up yet. But there's a little bit of light poking through the round window in this room onto this table.
Okay. I want to get the gold in the chest.
Oh my
if I may.
fucking god.
Make a investigation check.
Okay. I got 4.
Shello, you
I'm
push
too
up
short to
like a
find it.
box or something so you can get to this higher up shelf that you saw his chest on. You move the stuff to the side. The chest is not there. It seems that it was moved since
dear.
you were last handed out the gold.
No. Who could have done that?
Looking out the window in this room, you do see Balthazar's owl flying around, looking like scanning the higher levels of this castle right now.
So just out of curiosity, would there happen to be anything from the detect magic in this room?
Pebble's detect magic isn't getting anything.
Damn it.
I want to rummage through the books.
Yeah, so there's a few books. There's some just like out on the table. There's some on the bookshelf. Just they seem to mostly be sort of history books, things on like military planning. Nothing that seems to catch your eye that would point to where there would be gold or where there would be like armor hidden in a wall.
Shit.
I bring back Aloria, and can we head over to the west side of the building?
Yeah. So walking onto the west side, you're currently on like ground level. Make a perception check. Both you and Mherren.
9.
Anyways.
So you, I mean,
I
you
wanna
see,
talk about it.
you see windows. A few of them are circular.
It's like if there was moonlight, it would have been on the either east or west side, but you wouldn't do it early in the evening, so it would more than likely be on the west side.
It seems that most of the windows on the bottom floor, they're just like normal like square windows, but then a few of the rooms will have like a circular window, kind of like higher up.
There's like a shit ton of moons in the sky.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot. So, what was roughly
687.
the size of this moon?
687.
You didn't see the moon itself; you just saw moonlight
I just saw
coming
moonlight.
through.
How much moonlight?
There were some beams coming down to the window onto the table you're at. The moon seemed higher up, probably like middle of the night. The additional moons of Diz do not cast too much light since they're very small. Mostly light comes from the one large moon of the world, the largest moon.
I guess we will head inside and go through some of these rooms, like on the, I'd assume it's the first and second level. I mean, I guess detect magic will make it a bit easier.
Do you also have detect magic?
No, but Mherren does.
I have magical
Oh.
awareness. I only have 3 charges of magic awareness, just so you're aware.
Okay, well, in that case,
How long does it last?
we might be a bit.
Until the end of my next turn. So
Oh yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, so
that
it just lasts a few seconds. You just like
Yeah.
Okay,
Check real quick.
then we won't use that blindly.
Yeah, no, I think
Can
we
I?
should check things
I would have had a look at the
there's about 5 rooms with circular windows. There's 2 on the ground floor, 3 on the second floor. Doesn't seem like the floors above that have like circular windows specifically.
I would have assumed that I would have seen some of the maids that would have been around the castle. Would I be able to use disguise self to try and like just like door knock in some of these rooms and like just like see if I can look at least from the door, see what's inside, like pretend that I'm like housekeeping, seeing if everything's all good, if they need anything.
Yeah, on the ground floor, the first room that you know has a circular window, you open the door and see Shello, Pebble, and Sana because it's the storage room they're in.
Hello.
So you 3 see a maid walk in.
Occupied.
That's. Oh. Hello.
I'm not even gonna ask.
What?
You see both those boys go at this fucking maid.
What? Balthazar?
I just closed the door.
Oh my
Oh my god.
Goodbye.
That's so embarrassing.
I want to start poking at the wall again to see if there's any loose bricks.
There's not any loose bricks on the wall now.
Shit.
Hello. I don't think it's gonna be that easy, buddy. I'm sorry.
He's watched a few adventure like tomb style movies. He's just poking at everything. I guess we'll move to the next room.
If there happens to be a candle holder in the wall that's just loose enough to pull down a lever,
Yeah, the next room is a couple rooms down from where you guys stayed. You knock on that room, that door, and there's no response.
Can we open the door?
You check the handle, it is locked.
It's almost like I got a key. Actually, no, I'm not gonna use my key. I'm gonna use my thief tools.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
Fuck.
10 in total. You're trying the door. You almost feel like you have gotten it, but it's you can't seem to get it. You're like maybe not used to this female maid form. You're not able to really tits kind of getting in the way, not able to unlock it.
Can I use Mherren's brute strength to fucking break the lock?
Yeah, I was going to suggest that.
Okay, yeah, Mherren, make a strength check.
Oh dear.
12.
12.
I rolled pretty low on that.
Grabbing the doorknob, you just kind of forcefully move it and just kind of like snap it, and the door slowly creaks open, and you see inside this room. It looks fairly similar to the room you all had stayed in, a little bit different setup. You notice that the circular window is in the bathroom, not a room Mherren has been in the last few days, and not a room that she recognizes.
We're just gonna pull this door back, pretend like we weren't even here.
You try to move it back, and then it just creaks open again, and be like broken, just slowly opening every time you try to close it.
I think this castle is built on a sand.
Can I like look past like a goddess like just doing like a normal walk around?
I think that door needs to be repaired.
The guard is like, oh, I make a deception check actually.
Oh god.
I went +6 in deception.
With advantage since you're currently disguised.
Okay, so I need to roll it again. I mean, 11.
Okay, 11. He's like, what? Did you break this while trying to clean? You know you could have gotten the skeleton key from... Ugh. Listen, I'm gonna have to tell someone about this, and it might not look good for you, so...
Please don't fire me.
Oh my god, I did not know his voice could go this high.
Just continue cleaning the other rooms, and... I'll get someone to fix this, but I'm gonna have to file a report about this. What was your name?
Desiree.
Desiree. Alright.
Oh no.
I'd like to
just
also
walk off like
comment-
I
speedingly.
really hope that there's not an actual person named Desiree in this castle. Because you just ruined her life.
I'd like to comment on the fact that Mherren has been with you also. So there's just a huge big orc standing behind you.
I'm just there.
Are Pebble,
This is
Shello, and
fine.
Sana doing anything what's in this room?
Bruh, I don't know. I'm fucking... We're dumbasses.
I'd
We're
like to
all
I'd
stupid.
like to flip the table over.
Oh my
So the table has a
God.
bunch of stuff on it. Make a strength check.
Okay. Here we go, guys. A 11.
10, not quite able to
11.
flip the table, getting an 11. You are able to like kind of shove it a bit, and some of the junk falls off. A couple books, a like small green wooden figurine, some like compasses and things.
Damn, table is too heavy. If only there weren't all these green figurines on the table.
Is there anything else?
I'm good. Thanks.
This is hilarious.
Am I just gonna go along with this, or am I?
Just in some random fucking store, I'm just like tearing the place up.
I like how Shello doesn't know what's happening, so he can't say anything, but Aaron completely knows.
I'm pissed. I suppose you go back to the other two at this point.
Yeah, what are you two doing?
We're going upstairs to look at the other two rooms.
Okay, this next room actually seems to be like a worker's room, like where the supplies and things are for the maids. So walking in, yeah, you don't even need to, like, the door's open. So walking in, you see maids like folding some clothing on the tables. You see a round window that's casting some light in here as you guys are looking around. The sun is getting further in the sky, illuminating this room a bit more. What looks like to be like a head maid yells out to one of the ones folding laundry. She's like, Desiree, you better fold that faster. You don't want another strike or you're gonna get fired.
No.
Look at what you fucking did. No.
Sees you all
Yeah,
walking.
I
Sees
Horrible.
Pulsar in the skies and Mherren walking to check out this room. She's like, excuse me, are you a new hire? I don't think I recognize you.
Why, yes, I was transferred from the capital.
Then you must be a really good maid then. Alright, so she pulls out a list of different chores that needs done for the day, gives it to you. She's like, alright, so you can take care of this, and I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna go to the shops for the day if you got this. Thank you.
It's so
You're
true.
covered for
really
now.
quick
Trying
before
not to
you-
laugh.
Real quick before you go.
Yes.
I was told by one of the guards I need the skeleton key.
Did you make a deception check at advantage?
13.
What door do you need unlocked? I have it here, but we only have one copy, so I usually unlock the doors for the... you're new, so you probably don't know this, so what door do you need unlocked?
I just need to do like the cleaning of the rooms. I just been told like to do the floor. The person didn't tell me to do like specific rooms. He said do the rest on the floor.
Who is telling you to clean the rooms? I just gave you the list of things to do. Isn't this your first day? So the bushes outside need trimmed, mulch needs replaced, some of the bathrooms need cleaned.
I'm sorry. Wouldn't the hedges in the and the mulching be the thing for the groundskeeper, not the maids.
Usually I'm the one that has to do it, but since you're from the capital and so high and mighty, then, you can probably take care of it, right?
I mean, sure, I can do that for you.
Pats you on the back. There's like a big woman that's a little bit taller than you. She's about like 6 foot tall. She pats you on the back and is like, "Alright, I'm gonna go have a little spa day. See you girls later." She walks past, pushing past Mherren, who's behind Balthazar.
Mherren's still trying so hard.
So she's walked down like the path a bit, so she can't like really hear me now.
Yeah.
Wow, what a bitch, am I right, ladies?
They all look up at you and like, "Oh, what are you talking about? We love her. She's like a mother to us."
Really? they wouldn't give you that sort of like responsibility in the capital.
They all look at each other and like, "In the capital? That doesn't really make sense."
Don't mind her, ladies.
Desiree, you should really apply there.
So, Shello, Pebble, Sana, you doing anything else in this room?
I don't really think there's anything important to do in this
Can I just do a perception check?
What are you looking for?
You did say that it was magically put behind a wall, right?
Yes, it seemed that a spell was cast and stone blocks had moved to cover the hole that was basically dug into the wall.
Can I just look for like anything on the wall that looks out of place? Whether it's like a slight lighting difference or like walls not lining, like bricks not lining up correctly.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
16.
Feeling around on the walls, you kind of have to push some boxes and things aside. However, you do see a spot on the wall that seems to not be as like dirty as some of the other parts of the wall, if that makes sense. Like there's not like
dust, grime.
Yeah, dust and grime. Seems to be sort of in a outline of a patch in the wall.
Can I put my hand up to it, like press it?
Yeah, I mean it just nothing happens touching it. It just feels like a normal part of the wall.
Well, it must be nothing.
Someone strong.
Wait. So is this like an outline that matches the box that I moved, or?
No. Yeah, the boxes you moved were stacked almost all the way up to the ceiling, so it's much smaller than that.
I'm gonna walk over and be like, "Hey, Sana, what'd you find? What's this over here? What are you looking at? Is it a wall?"
I'd like to get so mad at not being able to push over the table that I walk over and punch the wall.
Make a strength check, Shilla.
10.
10. You hit the wall, hurt your hand a little bit. Like,
wait, are we punching walls now? Oh, hell yeah! Pebble punches the wall with all the force she can muster up.
Make a strength check.
Oh hell yeah, that's my favorite.
I was gonna ask,
how's a 21
Holy
looking?
Shit.
Pebble, you hit the wall, hitting one of the bricks, kind of moving it inward.
Oh.
A loose brick?
A loose brick, it would appear. I'm gonna like push more on the brick, just like that single brick, like put both of my hands on it and then just like push as hard as I possibly can.
Yeah, it moves slightly, but it's kind of hard to, like break this wall just with your bare hands, It's not like the bricks are loose or anything. It just seems like there's an empty space behind the bricks, so you're able to kind of push it inward a bit.
All right, I'm gonna take out my great axe. And I'm gonna swing at the wall with all of my force.
Well, you can't say that before you roll.
No, I'm going to swing at it with all of the force I can muster up, whether it's a lot or a little.
You're setting yourself up for failure.
A brick pushed out somewhere around or above?
Not really. Pebble, make an attack with your weapon.
All right. 18. Did you have to look up the hit DC for a wall?
Yeah, I did. Roll damage.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. It's an 11. Or no, 14.
You hit the wall, kind of chipping away at some of the bricks and pushing some of the bricks inward a bit more. You can kind of see that there's a little chamber inside of this wall. You can't really see anything inside because it's dark, but you see that there's something on the other side of this wall.
Oh, okay. Can I? Or sorry. I'm gonna be like, oh, Shallow Sana. There's something on the other side of this wall. I could see a little fucking a place. We should.
Does it have gold?
Maybe it might have gold, and she like gets really excited, like her eyes light up a little bit. It might have gold in there. It might. Or oh, it looks like something clicks. It might be the armor. Holy shit.
What armor?
All right, here I go.
Watching this happen, does it look like
20.
it's just like a bunch of loose bricks tightly packed, or is it like some like like it's like a contraption of sorts?
Make an investigation check. And Pebble, roll damage for that as well.
Yeah.
Fuck, nat
Wait.
1.
Okay, I didn't.
Negative.
All right, a 7.
Sana, you're looking at this wall, you're not really getting it. You're kind of confused because Pebble is making so much noise hitting this wall that's kind of rattling your brain a bit. But Pebble, you hit it again, smashing some more of the bricks inward, and you see what looks like a armor chest piece inside. Not all of the bricks in this patch are like there's still some there, but you're able to like put your hand in it and grab it and try to pull it out. It may not fit perfectly, so you can either do that or try clearing out more of the bricks.
I'm gonna clear out more of the bricks. Is it like loose enough now that I'm able to just sort of like pull at it with my hands, or is it still like gonna need a good bashing?
It would need more bashing. This
all right, let's
wall
get bashing.
is like it's just a normal wall because it was a spell. The bricks aren't naturally loose or anything. It was only able to get pushed inwards because there's a like kind of crawl space on the other side.
Okay. I thought that the spell was like natural, was like magical.
For all
like...
intents and purposes, this is a wall.
Oh, okay.
The spell isn't fading or anything. The spell was cast once in order to move the bricks. And
so that's why detect magic doesn't.
No, because the spell was already cast.
Gotcha.
You can make another attack.
Hell yeah, brother. All right.
Also, Balthazar, Mherren, what are you doing right now?
17.
We'll leave the maids, like the maid room with all the maids and everything. I assume it's like a laundry. They're folding stuff.
Yeah. So where are you going now?
So we'll leave. We'll go into the last room on the floor, I guess. That one is just like a
standard public bathroom. Where would you be going after that?
I assume we'll go back down to meet the others if we've.
Okay, yeah. So then, as you're coming down, you're hearing echoing through the walls the sound of metal hitting stone.
Oh God.
Well, we're not being that loud. How would they be able to hear it?
Roll damage.
No, you're being
super
loud.
Let's go, buddy. Let's go. It's 6 poggers.
6. You clear away all the other bricks, and this armor kind of slides out of this little cubby constructed into this wall. Looking at this armor, it seems crafted to be like a chest piece, but it has what looks almost like tubing going around it onto like a back contraption, and then like some little vials with like bluish liquid inside. However, it seems like this armor is well worn. It's damaged. There's like pieces of it missing. It's scratched up, a little bit ashy.
Oh.
Could I use mending on the wall?
Ooh.
The break is more than 1 foot, so no.
Damn.
Balthazar, Mherren, you approach this this storage room. You had seen Cello, Pebble, and Sana. That you hear this destruction coming from, and you hear what sounds like one final weaker hit and some bricks falling out as you kind of approach the door. But coming from the other way, the hallway continuing from the throne room area, is a group of 3 guards coming over.
God fucking damn it.
Oh,
they're approaching you two and is like, "Hey, you two, what you hear that? What's going? Did you guys see what's going on in there?"
I think that a deer got in from outside. He's causing a ruckus. Yes, we're trying to get him out of the room.
The deer's in that room?
Yes, but he's
Okay,
he's
stand
very
aside,
sh-
missus. We got this. We're trained
you,
soldiers.
You don't want to go in there. He's a very shit scared deer. I'm telling you right now.
We've dealt with worse than a deer,
This
man.
thing's foaming at the mouth. It's got like blood red eyes. You really don't want to deal with this thing.
They pick up their spears and kind of draw
Can I
them
hide?
forward as they're approaching the room. You guys are kind of hearing this conversation from inside.
Like, if I was this deer, I would really want to get the fuck out of sight because you guys look like you're going to fuck it up.
Can I hide?
Yeah, make a stealth check.
I can hide
someone-
anywhere, even with light cover, so I'm just gonna crouch behind a box.
Mhm.
21.
What are the other two doing?
I don't know. I'm fucking massive. I guess I'll try to hide behind a barrel.
I need to
I have-
ask Pebble if they've put the armor away.
Oh, but put it where? It's
Your
a
funny backpack.
and put the
You have a bag
armor
of
in my
holding.
backpack. I don't have a bag of holding.
No,
Put
but
it in
Shelly
your bag
does.
of holding.
Would not
What?
fit in the bag of holding.
Yeah,
Or
I
your
don't.
regular backpack.
It would not fit in my backpack. There's no
Just-
way in hell.
Just for context, was it one guard that went up to them, or was it multiple?
There's 3 guards
Three.
outside.
three
Okay.
guards.
I have pass without a trace. I could use pass without trace.
You better be fast.
Okay, yeah, you crouch next to Sana behind this barrel, kind of clutching onto this armor as tightly as you can, so it doesn't you're not like peeking out over the barrel. I mean, you're bigger than a barrel, so
That's
Chella, what are
okay.
you doing?
Aren't we all?
I'd like to burst out of the room and scream, "Oh dear!
God.
The deer has gone!
God, where's it gone?
I have no idea."
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Is this some magic deer or something? What are you talking about?
I turned my back on it for a moment just to say my last words, and the deer has gone.
Make a deception at disadvantage, because this is a very unbelievable lie.
What do you
No, I
mean?
believe it.
It's a magic deer. I got a 16.
They're kind of lowering their voices, talking to each other. This could be an attack by a mage or something. We better warn the king.
Do you know any deers?
No, we don't know any
And
deers.
do any deers live here?
No.
Then you,
Oh, no,
you
it-
must warn someone.
2 of the guards like saunter off to go find the king to or Harnan to warn someone. The other one is like, I better take a look in there to see if I can spot any evidence of where this deer went.
Be my guest.
Can I like sort of like distract the guard, be like, just like get him in the opposite direction? Just go,
Oh no, which one's that way?
have him run the opposite
Make a
direction of the other
deception
guards.
check.
Oh dear.
Ooh, natural 1 for a 7. He looks a direction, is like, I don't see anything over there. Hold on. He moves you aside, both are kind of pushing you forcefully so you can get into the room, looking around. Oh God, this deer fucked up this wall.
Check out what it did to the table.
Yeah, he's looking at the table, is like looking under it, looks at this cave in the wall, kind of looks inside of it. This is strange. I better go join the others and get some more guards over here. Clear out this area. This magic could be back. This could be bad. You guys better lock yourself in your rooms. We're gonna need to have a lockdown.
Oh god. Oh, okay.
Ah, fuck.
Okay,
He runs out of the room down the hall where the other
They're
guards
gonna
went.
lock us in here.
I'll just walk out and just start looking for an exit of the building.
Yeah, you guys know that the exit is like the same way where the throne room is, the same way those guards went. But they turned the corner, going a separate way from where the exit is. The exit is straight down this hall.
Would we be fast enough?
Sana's already walking ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna now drop my disguise.
Okay. Is Pebble getting out of cover?
Yes, I'm leaving.
So
I'm
at this
not-
point, the rest of you also see this armor that she has.
Hey guys, look what I got.
So does it look a lot pretty much
It looks
what, I
exactly
saw,
like
just
the
more
armor
worn?
you saw, but like pieces of it are missing and it looks a little bit scuffed up.
Okay.
Can we rush to our room before someone sees us with it?
No.
We should leave.
I would leave Greenclay because they're locking down. They're gonna check everybody.
Yeah, we
They
need to
are.
get out. We need to get
Look-
GTFO, as the kids
It's
are
almost
saying.
like we have an instantaneous way to get the fuck out of here and go back home to the apartment. That's crazy.
A lot of money we don't need to spend.
That's
That
a
takes
lot of
10
money,
minutes.
Also
and we
have
would
to
all
come back through Greenclay.
Oh, and we wouldn't have any Speed.
Yeah, we would also just not have our horse.
Hearts.
It's gonna fucking
Yeah, it takes
suck
10
either way,
minutes
'cause
to
if they see
teleport.
us with the armor, we're fucked.
Man, that's a
But
long
also,
time.
if they notice that we left, obviously having seen us just as they were instituting the lockdown, but don't see us after they start the lockdown, then we're also fucked because then that casts suspicion on us.
Do we really
We're
care
fucked.
about them?
But then we can tell them like we saw the deal, we ran after it.
Mherren is cursed because of a war against them.
Yeah, so you probably shouldn't be hanging out here
We're
anyway.
fucked. I think we're fucked either way. But I think
I say we
suggest-
just
get the fuck
I say
out.
we just GTFO.
Why would we stay?
I don't
Yeah.
think we
Yeah,
should
no,
stay.
we definitely shouldn't stay. I'm just worried about the ramification afterwards.
Yeah.
I feel like the ramification will be the same.
Yeah, no, we're
I-
fucked either way. Like
I
we
think
are
the-
in
The ramifications would
deep
be
shit.
worse if we stayed because they're gonna find out that we have it.
only
We leave, continue
mean-
to our next destination.
they believe that it was like some magical creature. So we
Yes.
technically could be
Yeah, so we're
okay
scot-free.
if we stayed.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
that sus for us to leave. I mean,
Hear
it's
me
not.
out.
It's not
He
sus.
said get out of there, you know, like could be a
Hear
mage
me out.
attack.
What if we blame it all on Desiree?
No, we are not
No.
ruining that poor woman's life any more than you
She's-
already have.
He's already got a few strikes against it. They already know they're suspicious of her.
No,
Brother.
no, because you
probably a
already got her
horrible person.
fired. You already got her
Jesus.
fired. We are
She was
not
al-
literally ruining her life.
You walked into the exact same laundry
I
I did.
think-
She was already on her last strike. She was already
I
a
think
problem.
she was
You got her
created,
fired
her
already.
life already ruined, so I think it's better if we just, you know,
No, I think
ruin
it's
it
better
more,
if we
'cause it's
just
not gonna
don't
affect us.
say shit. I think it's better if we just don't say anything,
I
and we
think
don't
it's
throw
better we
anyone
just
under the bus, especially an innocent
get
woman that
out.
hasn't done anything wrong.
Is Sana already heading for the exit?
Yeah.
Sana
Okay,
is
are the rest of you following?
like
Yeah,
the moment I
so-
left the door, I just went for the exit.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Mherren is immediately
you guys
following
rush
Sana.
out the doors to this throne room that you had gone in previously, and once you get outside, everything seems normal outside. It seems word like this is like currently happening, so word isn't spreading around the castle yet. But you see across this this field there's the stable, and you see your carriage and Harnan and some craftsmen, carpenters, kind of gathered around it. They seem to have finished adding additions to your carriage.
Damn.
So,
Yo.
some of us, not Pebble, should probably go up and say that we're heading out now, and then we can
Yeah.
pick up Pebble as we leave.
Why not me?
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
because
you're
I have
carrying
armor.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were just saying that I'm a shit liar or something.
No.
Well, yes, but no.
Brother.
Walking up to your carriage, Arnon is currently like feeding your horse some feed out of his palm of his hands. Your carriage looks a bit different. So the wheels are a lot different. It's like a dual tire setup at each point that kind of evenly distributes the weight when traveling across sand. The wheels look changed. The carpenters are explaining this to you, the modifications they made. They tell you that there's a set of specially made wheels with hollow insides that you guys can attach and replace the wheels that are currently on it, because that'll make traveling across sand easier. And the harness that attaches to the horse has been changed, modified to a sort of like pulley system that better eases the strain of the horse while traveling across sand, while also giving the driver more control while steering.
Very good.
That's fun. So does it give us more control even when we're not on sand, or is that just a sand thing?
It's just a sand thing. So the changes to the harness and stuff won't affect you like negatively when you aren't on sand, but when on sand, it better makes it so the weight of the carriage can be evenly distributed. And like, because when something is pulling something on sand, there's a lot more strain to that thing, so that alleviates some of the strain from the horse.
Hell yeah. Our best friend the horse can be all good.
And lastly, there's already like a caravan covering the back of the carriage for passengers to sit in the back. as well as all your goods and things in there. But the front did not have a covering for the driver, so there's a little bit of a tarp put over the top, not all the way enclosed, but it'll help the driver from the constant sun beating down on them, giving them a little bit of shade.
I'd like to high five Darnan.
You come up to him with your hand up to do a high five, and he kind of puts his hand out for like a handshake, kind of grabbing your hand out of the hair, looking kind of confused, thinking that you're going in for a handshake, not really sure what a high five is. And he's like, pleasure. Say, what's your horse here's name? She's a real beaut. Reminds me of the ones we raised on the ranch when I was young.
How about Bonnie?
To be honest, we haven't really named her. We not long got her. Didn't think
You don't name your horse? That's preposterous.
I mean, we wouldn't want to choose a name that they don't like, you know. We're just letting. Is it a girl horse? I don't remember.
Yes.
Okay. We'd want her to like her name, you know. Of course, we wouldn't just want to choose something and force her to live with it. Of course, she's going to be called it, right? So,
I'm imagining Mherren out loud going, "Is it a girl?" to pull this
How
off.
we used to name the horses on the ranch is we'd say the name to them and just see how they react. Maybe you should try that.
Barney?
Make an animal handling check.
Oh no. Please no. Please no. Please be low.
I like Barney. I think that's
Please
a good
be
one.
low. Please. Fuck.
The horse looks at you and kind of like nuzzles its mouth like against your head, kind of slobbering on you a little bit.
Ew.
Ew.
Good lad.
I thought they said I love you.
It's cute, but it's gross.
Well, is your group heading out now? We've finished the modifications of the carriage, so you should be set.
Yeah,
Yes.
it should be. Yeah.
Well, we hope to see you passing by here again anytime soon. Don't be a stranger. You'll be in the kingdom's good graces if you need anything in the future, and you've proven yourselves to be capable, so we may have jobs lined up for you if you ever come back.
Great. Thank you very much.
We've
Harnan?
Yes, Harnan. We've put 10 bags of horse feed into the carriage for you all, as some rations, as well as 10 days worth of rations for your group as you head out through the desert. We wish you good fortune.
Thank you.
You too.
At this point, some guards kind of rush out of the keep up to Harnan, like, sir, we have a problem in the castle. We may need your assistance. And he's like, oh, well, turns to your group. Duty calls, I suppose. Hope to see your group again.
I'd be so glad I'm not the only one who just left in duty.
Stop it.
No, that's not what we're laughing, but cool.
Great.
I'm laughing at duty.
I was laughing at
Oh
duty.
my
I was
God.
laughing
I
at
hate
duty.
you guys.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You
Best of
too.
luck.
As he's walking off, you hear the guard kind of explaining that there's some magical deer in the castle causing a ruckus, and then you just hear Harnan kind of have like a hearty chuckle, and he's like, "Oh dear, does sure sound like a problem. I guess I can examine."
I get the reference.
Let's skedaddle, folks.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we should go.
We get in the carriage and then just
Pull a Yui.
it's like go for a loop around the castle, pick Pebble up, and then
Yeah,
leave.
so as you're kind of leaving the castle grounds, the stronghold, you see some of the guards on edge a bit, kind of like the watch has seemed to get larger, but they let you through to leave, passing by the buildings kind of surrounding the stronghold. Where's your group heading off to next?
Felsenstadt.
Felsenstadt.
That's
Yeah, that one.
Okay, yeah, so you find a dirt path that kind of goes in that sort of direction, following that for a little bit. After your escapades in Greenclay over the course of the morning, it's now about like midday, a little bit afternoon. Going for a little bit on this road, you get a little bit outside of civilization when you see a familiar pair of people. One is on a donkey with a saddle on it, and the other is walking next to the donkey, kind of leading it. They're kind of walking at like a slow pace. The one on the donkey currently has what looks like a journal open and is reading from it. You recognize these people as M and Dudley.
We can right our wrongs.
You guys are going faster than them because you have like a larger carriage that's with a horse instead of a donkey, but they're also seem to be intentionally walking a bit of a slower pace. But as you guys get like right up next to them, Dudley looks behind and is like, "Oh, hey M!" And then M looks up from reading and is like waves at you all and is like, "Hey, over here!"
I think we should stop. I think we should
stop and say hi.
I suppose so.
Yeah, you can kind of slow down your carriage and your horse to kind of go to sort of the same slow pace as they're going.
Hey, you guys, what's up, homies?
We're continuing our trek from Mountain. We're going a little bit south, just looking for anything interesting that catches our eye, surveying the land of Deezland, the world of Diz in our journeys.
If you want something interesting, you have right in front of you the people who just slayed the beast of Greenclay.
Beast of Greenclay? What? Well, that does actually sound interesting. What was it?
Oh, she sort of like pauses for a second, remembering they're not supposed to talk about it. Well, you saw the posters. You know how dangerous it was.
Yeah, but what was it? What kind of animal was it? The posters didn't say.
She sweats
a
lot.
mighty beast.
Freaking out. It was very mighty. It was.
Okay, can you describe it? Like, if it's
it was a very large deer with fangs.
Magical deer with red eyes.
Deer with red
and fangs.
And fangs and wings.
Wings.
It was foaming at the mouth. It was crazy.
At the mouth. And how did you vanquish this?
We ripped off its antler and we stuck it through its red glowing eyes.
Did you collect any monster parts? I can see.
Unfortunately, it burst into flames as we killed it, so nothing was savable.
Make a deception check.
I'll do that.
All of us?
Balthazar, Pebble, and Shello.
Convincing, and that's insane.
Oh, fucking hell. That's
like, what the fuck?
Once we actually managed to
what?
Not
deception.
Wait, deception, my bad. I misheard you.
Fuck.
You were really close, though. That's most of the right letters.
Yo, 20.
I'm gonna be honest. I also almost rolled perception, and I was like, "Wait, what am I doing?"
I was laughing too much. I didn't hear the start of the word.
That beast does sound pretty mighty and magical. The way Rock Lady there is talking, it seems like you guys did most of the work, but that still sounds pretty crazy that your group was able to vanquish this.
I did a lot of the work too. I'm just a very I have anxiety, and she like is lying.
Did your group see anything else interesting out in the woods outside of Greenclay? Any
we saw a little guy.
Creatures?
There was a guy who sold some things. That was pretty cool.
Selling things in the woods?
Yeah.
No.
Well, just outside the woods, like towards Greenclay area.
Are you telling me you went to a shop in Greenclay?
Zaddy double cheeks.
That's awesome.
He had these cool bracers that I'm wearing.
Check them out.
Okay, no, I'm asking you. Did you see any interesting plant life? Any animals out in the woods where this magical deer's habitat was?
There were those little creepy things that were flying, and I tried to kill one of them, and they flew away.
The what did I name him? Fuck. The fucking Norman.
I don't remember.
I don't fucking. I've named it something.
They were small little things. They seemed happy, but
they were little guys.
Little guy. What they look like?
They floated around and they had little horns, and I named them Nerp. They were they were little guys. There was a green one, and there was a blue one, and there was an orange one, and there was a purple one.
Very elusive creatures. Do not try to strike.
Dudley and M both look at each other for like a little bit, then they just start breaking out into laughter. And then M is like, "You're telling me your group saw forest children? Those are just fairy tales."
Forest children. children.
What?
No, they're NERPs.
They look like no child to me.
Yeah, those were not children.
Those are just. Now I know you're pulling my leg. Those are just children's fairy tales, stories.
And they were eating a body.
No, they weren't eating a body. They were friendly. They were NERPs. I'm not pulling your leg. I don't know what you mean by this.
You guys thought I would believe anything just because you slayed the beast of Greenclay, the magical deer. I mean, I believe that. You guys seem to be capable fighters, but these things, no.
I wish I'd taken a painting of that.
Well, stories have to come from somewhere, right?
If my memory correct, is Dudley the one who keeps writing shit down?
Yeah, Dudley writes the things down that M says.
Okay. Dudley, did you get that? Did you write that down?
I'm not really. I mean, yeah, I wrote down the deer stuff, but you guys were just talking about forest children. That's not really. We deal with like actual facts and actual discoveries, not like we're not fiction writers.
Those were not children. They were NERPs.
Demons. They were demons of the forest.
No,
spirits.
The forest children are just spirits.
They were not children.
Well, they're not literally children, but they're spirits. They live in the forest. They're not a real thing.
They formed before my very eyes. A spirit of vengeance and wrath.
Oh wait, it was Norp. It was Norp.
Well, where'd you guys see them? Maybe we can take a look for ourselves, see if we can spot them.
They were in a clearing in one of the woods of Greenclay. It was surrounded on all sides by trees.
Southeast of Greenclay?
Southeast. That sounds right. She doesn't remember.
Near the swampland?
That's right.
Down there by the river?
Yeah.
They look at each other again. It's like, all right, I guess we gotta take a little detour, right, Dudley? We'll check out if there's really these forest spirits there ourselves.
Okie dokie. Right, well. Can I use telepathy on Dudley?
Mm-hmm. My God, not again.
I'd like to fart in this man's head.
He's like, what is that noise I'm hearing? I heard it a few days ago. Very strange.
It's the voices.
The
rock consumes further.
Goodbye. Yeah, they kind of veer off the road into the woods, going sort of like direction where the rivers that you guys are at before the swampland. And you guys move on past from where they went, continuing down this road.
My best friends, I'm glad this went better than last time, even if they don't believe us about Norb.
Well, if they go into Greenclay, they're gonna find out that's not what the beast of Greenclay was.
Oh yeah, no, they won't.
The huge big corpse of a fucking frog behemoth.
That was the beast of Greenclay. What do you mean?
Okay.
What is now? We just let it loose in the castle. Now they're scrambling to look for it.
Oh yeah, the magical deer.
They don't know they don't know where it is, so it's still loose.
About a deer, everyone will just think they're talking about that deer. It's perfect. It's the perfect alibi.
We've made another beast of Greenclay. They will never be safe.
Maybe the real beast of Greenclay was the friends we made along the way.
Continuing down to Felsenstadt, you guys probably aren't going to arrive within the day. If you continue going through the night, you'd probably arrive maybe in like the middle of the night or early morning, or you can camp out somewhere along the way, arrive the next day. What are you choosing to do here?
I think we should camp out.
We could camp out by one of the rivers.
Yeah.
Pebble is that's not just me. Pebble's like very adamantly saying that we should camp out. She's like, guys, maybe we should stop for the day, like before it's even getting that dark. I don't know if we should keep going for now. I mean, I don't want Mherren to get too tired, or the horse. I mean, the horse has been worked on all day. We should really give it a break.
I don't think the horse did any of the work.
The horse was not being worked on.
The horse has a name, you know.
They made it good. But I never knew. You gave it a name without me? What the fuck?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell? She's suddenly not nervous at all. She's just pissed. What you? I thought we were in on this together. You didn't. You gave the horse a name. What do you name it?
Trust me, I got no say in it.
Picked her name.
What'd she name herself then?
Barney.
Barney?
Barney.
Now I'm upset. But either way, we should camp out. It's you know, I don't want her to be too tired, Barney. Especially, I mean, choosing a name is probably pretty exhausting, right? We should really give her a break.
You okay?
I'm fine. We just need a break, is all I'm saying.
You don't seem to like the name Barney.
No, I love the name. I think the name Barney's perfect.
Is this
You
about
seem
your
very
issue with
upset.
going into Felsenstadt?
The fact that we shouldn't go to Felsenstadt is completely unrelated to this. But we still shouldn't. I think that's a terrible idea.
Why?
Still. Because it just sounds like, I don't know, like there's better routes, there's better ways to go, you know?
You're not Pebble.
Pebble, it's very clear you don't want to go to Felsenstadt. What is your problem with the city? Do you know someone there?
I've heard things about it. I've heard that it's dangerous and that people who go there get robbed all the
You're
time.
not
They get
being
robbed.
honest.
Pebble, that's bullshit. What is wrong?
Nothing's wrong, okay? Trust me when I say we shouldn't go there, okay?
I can understand if something happened to you that made you not like it there, but don't treat us like fools. We know you're lying. You don't have to tell us anything, but don't treat us like fools.
I'm sorry. I don't think you're fools or anything. It's a bad idea.
If you can't give us a reason, then we have no other choice. Because as it stands, our only choice, besides making weeks-long trips that we don't know how long may take, is to go through there, and without a proper reason, to completely void our quickest and most direct route. It's unreasonable.
She's not really responding to that. She just grimaces. Like the milkshake.
Got it.
Is Mherren stopping for the night or
Yeah,
continuing?
I refuse to take a point of exhaustion.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
make
not-
a survival check.
Only idiots take a point of exhaustion.
Trying to find a place to camp out.
Are we by the river?
There's quite a bit of rivers as you go down this direction, but you can find a spot near a river. Mherren's able to pick out a point by like a sort of creek that you guys can stop the carriage a little bit off the road. Shall I can make a perception check as the one that keeps watch over the night?
Indeed, I got a 20.
Yep, you're scanning the woods. Nothing seems out of place. Occasionally you'll see like a raccoon or a badger or something go by, but they don't seem to come over and bother your campsite. And then the next morning you all awake with a long rest. You can choose any spells you'd like for this trek through Felsenstadt and possibly beyond. Also, you wake up with a point of exhaustion, feeling a bit tired, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So can I go submerge myself in the river to remove it?
Yeah, so you take a quick dip in the river. It's more of like a creek. Mherren couldn't find a full river. We were able to kind of lay flat and kind of like get as flat as you can on the ground, kind of rolling around to submerge yourself fully, and then this exhaustion seems to go away for the day.
Okay.
I'm imagining a really funny looking thing right now. Just him laying face down in a creek.
But packing up your things in the carriage and heading out. Also, you take a bit of a short rest identifying this piece of armor. So like I said, it's like a kind of brassy copper metal. It doesn't seem to be armor used for defense. It seems to be more of a apparatus with some armor plating. This tubing that kind of goes into a contraption on the back. There's some vials of blue liquid that seem a little bit magical. And then the tubes also connect to a gauntlet that goes around the hand and arm region. that has a glass sort of opening, a hatch, but that seems to be like shattered. The glass like pointed out of it's broken, and some of the armor plating has been like destroyed and ripped off. The other parts of it has scratches. Some of the leather bits on it are kind of burnt off and ashy. It seems very well worn and damaged.
So the damage is done to it's like a glass tank on the back, would you say?
The thing on the back seems to be almost like a Tesla coil.
Ooh.
And this copper rod and wiring is also enclosed in a glass case with a top and bottom that makes it sort of a cylinder form, like a cage for this, with 3 more like smaller metal rods poking at the top. It's very steampunky in aesthetic. It looks like something that can conduct electricity. That's not like really a thing in this world. Balsar believes it can conduct like magical energy almost.
That's terrifying.
And then the tubes from that connect to the gauntlets, and then that connects to the chest piece with like the vials of liquid.
Bro, this sounds like a fucking torture device. I'm not even gonna lie. This sounds terrifying.
It's all connected by leather straps and things with some like armor plating. The gauntlet and the back piece especially are a bit larger, so this is something that would be difficult to conceal under like robes.
As someone who is a fan of contraptions, this does sound like quite the nice apparatus. I must admit.
Sounds like quite the doohickey.
Examining this apparatus, however, you come to the conclusion. Actually, make an Arcana check.
Okay. Fuck.
So you come to the conclusion that something is held within the gauntlet. You come to the conclusion that sort of like magical or electric currents kind of go through the tubing and the back piece, and that the front vials are sort of like almost like liquid coolant. However, you struggle to really know what the source of it would be for just examining it. However, taking the short rest to identify it, you do find that even without knowing what goes into the gauntlet to sort of power it, you're able to channel your own personal arcane energy through it on a very unstable minor level to what its grander purpose seems to be. But using it this way basically allows it to cast spells that you don't know.
Ooh. Fancy.
Is that when it's not powered or when it's powered?
You're able to let your own arcane power go through it even without the energy source that it seems to meant to use, but you're not using this to its full extent. So Modzi, you'll see a table of spells with the item. Basically, you make a Arcana check to use one of the spells in that list. If you succeed, you cast that spell. If you fail, you will cast a random spell from that table. If this is powered up to its fullest extent, you can possibly cast any spell you imagine.
Balthazar's eating good. Damn.
From what I've gathered, it is damaged, but still usable. It's not necessarily defensive, so I'm not going to be more defensive with it, but I think I can still use the gauntlet without it being in disrepair.
Oh, what does it do exactly?
I think I might be wrong, but I think I can cast spells I don't know.
What do you mean? Just like any spell? What?
I don't think any spell, but
Any spells are a really good deal.
It's almost like a catalyst or whatever it's called.
yeah, similar.
How would I actually use these spells? Like casting them?
You use a spell slot, and then it does a spell from the tables it has.
Oh, okay.
Bro just got a really fancy spell book.
So I'd have to roll a d6 to decide what it shoots. Is that correct?
You pick a spell from the table you're intending to cast, roll an Arcana check. If it's 10 plus double the spell level, you cast that spell as intended. If it's lower than that DC, then you roll for that table and you cast whatever spell lands on instead.
So if you fail the check, it uses a random
Yes.
spell. Oh,
It still uses a spell, just a random one from the table.
Oh my
So
god!
if
You're
you're
just really bad, you
So-
just become wild magic.
Wait, I have a question. If you are intending to like attack something and you use a healing spell by accident, will it heal that thing?
I don't think there are healing spells on the list.
There are no
okay,
healing.
okay.
I had the same thought process. I just checked for healing spells.
That's crazy.
That's how it works in this broken state. If this thing is fixed, this apparatus is fixed, you can cast literally any spell from the wizard list and only roll the table if the Arcana check
Holy
fails.
fuck, dude.
Yo!
That's fucking crazy. That's actually insane. The longer I think about it, the more like that's crazy.
So you can cast a healing spell and cast a damaging one if you fail the check then.
So I won't heal for the gauntlet.
I mean, you could.
If
I
we
could,
really
but-
desperately need it and we have no other healing, then it is an option.
I feel like, okay, I'll look out for a scroll of healing or anything for me to learn that. But otherwise, I will not use the gauntlet to heal. We'll just keep the potions, because otherwise I'm going to end up injuring you guys or fatally injuring you guys.
It could be really funny.
It would be really fucking
Keep in mind,
funny.
that
That
would
would
all
be
be
a TikTok moment.
if and when you fix it. Right now, you can only do what is on the table on the item description.
I can cast anything.
Anything? What?
Granted, I don't screw it up.
Oh, what do you mean you don't screw? Like, are you just bad at it, or like what's up with that?
I guess it kind of depends how I'm focusing.
It's okay if you're bad at it.
Yeah, we
Keeper
totally
of the
get it.
Owl.
We totally
We're
get
all
it, man.
bad
If
at
you're bad at
something.
it, then, well, besides me.
It's not reliant on that. Magic's very complicated.
If you're
Doesn't always go.
not able to cast your magic spells that you teach, do not worry. You still teach us something at the end of the day.
Everyone's really shitty at something. Don't worry.
You suck ass.
Hey, I went for that far.
Really,
Suck
Pebble, like
baby,
you're bad
suck
at,
ass.
like how you're bad at your own religion and faith.
She like gets very. She sort of like pouts a little bit, like a little kid. What the fuck, man?
Both
That's
like it's a
that's
little,
just
a little
too
smirk.
That's too far.
You all continue your travel to Felsenstadt. It takes a good part of the day getting here. It's now not sundown yet, but in like maybe like a couple hours it will be. Pretty further down south from Greenclay. Probably the most distance you've traveled since going from Crusty Bay to Haver Hills. Eventually you start approaching the mountains that you can see in the distance. They start getting closer, and
Seeing the mountains, Pebble gets increasingly fidgety as they get closer towards Felsenstadt.
Yo,
Is it because they're made of rocks?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
so you begin to approach where Felsenstadt is marked on your map. The forest edge meets what looks like the ruins of a town that is nestled between mountain ranges. When getting to the very edge of the forest, it exits out into like plains and then the mountain range and town. You spot abandoned living quarters that look like they're built into the trees higher up and in like tree trunks and all that. You pass by a lake a little bit outside of the town that also has some buildings on a dock. Then as the terrain gets more dry and more barren is when you approach the town proper, it seems like. And going through this valley between the two mountains, the dirt ground is trampled with heavy footsteps, but not like recent markings, rather years old wounds that scar the earth of what looks like panicked crowds fossilize into the soil by ashy sediment. The trail of destruction grows as you go through the streets of the town, passing by partially destroyed buildings. There seems to be no really life anywhere around besides animals that have made this their new home. The trail of destruction grows as mud huts and stone buildings become closer together to what appears to be the center of what was once a populated town, now abandoned, with a lone, dried-up well at the heart.
Pebble, this entire time going through the town, she's like shaking, like visibly trembling. Her leg is bouncing up and down. She's like pulling on her fingers. She's fidgeting. She's refusing absolutely to look at anyone. And as they sort of go past these buildings, she's looking around and she looks terrified. And specifically when they see the well, she actually begins to cry a little bit.
No.
We shouldn't have come here. This was a mistake. We should have gone around. This isn't okay. This place was abandoned for a reason. She's sort of murmuring this to herself. Like, not super loud, sort of talking to herself almost, but still just trembling.
Pebble, what happened here?
This is where Genasi's. This is where we used to live. This is the village. It's the one that Pipe was talking about that I lived in. And that well is the place that I hid with my sister. It's the only reason I'm alive. We were the only survivors. And everyone is gone. I haven't seen it since I left. I was just a kid. She's crying harder now, sort of heaving sobs. Standing up, she sort of like, well, stands up as well as she can inside of this carriage. I don't know how tall the inside would be, but she sort of gets up and she motions to Mherren to stop the carriage.
Mherren stops. Slows to a stop.
Why didn't you guys listen to me? I know that I should have given a reason, but I feel like I don't have to say this kind of thing. I feel like if I'm that upset, I shouldn't have to spell it out, right? I like that this was a bad idea and I knew it from the beginning. I've been telling you guys.
That's not fair.
She sort of like looks confused a little bit at this point.
I understand that something clearly terrible happened here. Terrible happened to you. And if you would have told us sooner, absolutely, I would have suggested that we go around, or we find some other way. But it is not fair for you to accuse us of not listening to you, of being right, and how we should have just listened this whole time, when I had the same exact reservations about Greenclay, and we still went. I understand where you're coming from. I understand that it hurts to relive this. But you cannot expect us to know something that you did not tell us. We will be here to support you, but we are here now. The best we can do is leave as soon as we can.
Then, if you guys, if you were here to support me, then we shouldn't have gone through here. I don't understand why we have to why we have to pass through this place. I thought that I had made it clear we had to go to Greenclay, but we don't have to go through here. There's other ways. I'm sure there's other valleys, there's other ways through the mountains or anything, but this is not necessary.
Mherren just kind of looks not like shocked, but almost like, are you serious? Like she is visibly getting upset.
Based on what you all said, we didn't have to go to Greenclay.
We had to fight that beast. I mean, like
We didn't have to. We just wanted money.
it was hurting people though. She sort of like she stumbles back after like Sana joins as well with Mherren. I guess she sort of expected more people to agree with her, but she starts to yell at this point. I told you guys, I told you that we shouldn't go here, and it's not like Greenclay people were being hurt, and instead we're going here for no reason other than it being convenient.
Aren't we gonna stop the Colosseums like you said?
But we can go around. We don't have
This
to
is
go
faster.
here.
Isn't the Colosseums hurting people? Shouldn't we get there faster?
Yes, but it's this is
Then why are you complaining?
because there's other fast ways, I'm sure. This isn't the only way.
Are you
Like-
serious? Are you being genuine right now?
Why wouldn't I? She's yelling for the first time, probably.
Okay. If we're going to play this game, why don't we back up a little bit? So you're comparing this to Greenclay, my experience, where I relented. I decided that it was best for the group to go through Greenclay despite my own reservations, as in fighting in a war against them. Where I was permanently cursed, I was thrown out onto the streets because I could no longer fight. And I had nothing. A place that ruined me for the rest of my life. And I was able to relent. I was able to give in because I knew that it was best. And you say that that is not nearly as important as what went on here?
So
That's what you're telling me.
I'm not saying that you're not important or that your feelings aren't important, but you know better than I do. You're stronger than I am. This place... I can't handle this. I can't. It's... Everyone I know died here. Everyone. Greenclay, we had to help people. But this god-awful place, there's no reason. We're not helping anyone. We could go around. There's other routes. We would still be helping people. We wouldn't be avoiding that. She's starting to falter, sort of seeing her own logic failing, but not wanting to back down at this point.
So you expect us to read your mind because you have never uttered a single word of this to us, except for the fact that you didn't want to do it. You expect us to know that, somehow, while also upholding a double standard that just because something affects you, it's more important than what has clearly affected me? Do you understand how insulting that is?
No! I don't understand. I
Clearly you
can't.
don't.
She furrows her brow, and then she leaps off of the carriage, and she puts her hands together, and they start to glow. Go without me. Just keep going. I'll stay here. I'll catch up.
We could have been out of town by now. Just
could
get
have
back on
never-
the cart.
We could have never been here in the first place.
You could have
okay?
not looked. Get back on the cart.
Donna, don't.
You're just gonna run?
Maybe I'm just gonna take a bit. Okay? Just leave me. Just leave me.
I know a thing or two about running, and you're not gonna make it.
Why do you
Done.
think that?
You're just not.
Enough.
Do you not think I'm strong?
Cut it out, both of you.
This conversation is over.
Go. She motions for the rest of them to go and then just like goes behind a building and starts to pray.
I'd like to get out of the wagon if I may.
You all watch as Pebble goes behind a building close by, and you see some golden rays and things kind of emanating beyond the building, casting like shadows along the soil. Shello, what are you doing outside of the carriage?
I'd like to waddle over to the well and
Oh God.
look down it. And I'm wondering how deep the well is.
It goes about 100 feet down, but it's all, there's no
Okay.
water at the bottom or anything. It's all completely just dried up.
Okay.
The hole is lined with stone, but then there's a bit of a wooden roof over it with a like bucket over top that can be lowered down,
Okay.
attached to a rope.
I want to put my single bean from my bag of beans.
God.
I want to drop it down the well.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I just roll. I roll for this.
Yeah, you roll a D100.
I
Oh
do
my
indeed.
god. A D100 is crazy.
I got a 12.
That I was like, this is probably gonna be the highest
Okay.
number rolled so far, but nope. 12. That's awesome.
So, a couple moments pass by. Then,
I'm staring down the well, waiting.
so you see from the bottom of the well what looks like a plant begin to sprout from the earth that the bean fell into. Then, everyone from the carriage just hears all sorts of crashing and
Oh my god.
noise echoing from deep within this well. And Shello, you see a giant wooden fist just burst out of the top of the well, smack you all the way across like into a building, and then emerging from the well is a giant tree with a face, its eyes glowing red, looking around. Then it spots the carriage and begins
Motherfucker.
charging towards it, and that's where we're going to end the session.
No, you
Yo!
What?
That's so fucked.
That's
Are
so
you?
sick.
Are you
I'm
kidding me?
gonna
Wait,
bring
that's...
this family back together.
Apparently.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bro.
That was
I kind of feel like there's probably a reason he gave me the overpowered weapon.
Bro spawned a
I didn't know
boss fight out
that.
of
This was completely determined by
Literally
the by a
completely
D100.
yeah.
And then I
Thank
rolled
God.
And
a,
a 50-50.
I rolled a D20 to see if it was evil or good, and it was evil.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It could have been good.
That's fucking crazy.
Yo, but that's a
That's
sick way to end it. I
So
like that.
That
it is, but fuck,
Holy
dude. Oh
shit.
my god.
That last 20 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Can we give Peanut a boost for good RP?
Yeah, can we give you
Round of
inspiration for
applause.
good RP?
Yeah, I'll give Pebble inspiration for that. Mherren hasn't used her inspiration yet, so I can't
Yeah,
give
I
Mherren
still
any
haven't
inspiration.
used it.
No, I was saying that we should give you it for the
Yeah.
dramatic storytelling of the fucking wooden fist coming out.
You can use that inspiration
Yeah, no.
anywhere on an NPC you'd like.
Bro, even if it was like random that it happened, the fact that you like had the fist come out and hit Shello and then like get the rest of the ball, like brother.
You had him fly across the town like it's a fucking anime punch. Damn.
Real.
For real.